So in the Agents of Sabotage DLC for GTA Online, we got 2 new HSW vehicles. And one of these HSW vehicles does break into the top 10 list. Just remember, this is only based on the overall top speed. Now before we dive in to the number 10 spot, it is worth mentioning that at the LS car meet you can run over to this laptop, press right on the D-pad and you can see all of the HSW vehicles. You can also press the corresponding button to go over to the exact website these vehicles are on. Unfortunately, this will not take you directly to the vehicle on this website, so you will still have to look through the website itself, but still this is pretty good and can save you a little bit of time, or even good if you guys did not know how many HSW vehicles there are. So without wasting any more time, let's dive into the number 10 spot. For the number 10 spot, we now have the Entity MT. The MT is honestly a really good car. It's one of them vehicles where it does not really feel like a HSW vehicle because it just handles so nice. I also think that the Entity MT is probably one of the best looking HSW vehicles. It just looks really clean. It has a top speed of 151.25 miles per hour with a standard price of just over $2.3 million and HSW upgrade cost of $850,000. The only bad thing that I can really point out about the Entity MT is the price, but for the most part, a lot of HSW vehicles are priced pretty similar. If their standard price is not really expensive, then the HSW price is probably going to be. Moving down to our 9th spot, we now have the Turismo Classic. Now similar to the MT, I would actually say that the Turismo Classic is also one of my favorite HSW vehicles, just in terms of how it looks and how it also handles. Both of these cars are honestly really good, super strong competitors. You can also see how close the top speeds are on these two specifically, with the Turismo Classic having a top speed of 151.5 miles per hour, so only just beating the MT. The Turismo Classic really shines in its price, with a standard price of $705,000 and a HSW upgrade cost of $897,000. It is really good. I just love how the Turismo Classic looks. I obviously made it red because I'm pretty sure it is based on a Ferrari. Just a super good vehicle altogether, and of course very fast. This is easily one of my favorite HSW cars, and in all honesty I don't think it's even close. Moving down to our new number 8 spot, this will be the standard Bravado Banshee. Now in terms of all of the other HSW vehicles, this standard Banshee is probably one of the most affordable upgrades, with a standard price of $105,000. I believe it is also completely free sometimes as well, and then a HSW upgrade cost of just under $2 million. It is probably one of the most affordable HSW cars. I think if you guys are looking for a way to get into the HSW vehicles, this will probably be your best starter option. It also has that top speed of 152.75 miles per hour, so just beating out the other two vehicles, and also compared to the last two cars, the standard Banshee with the HSW upgrades also really doesn't skid out as much as you'd think, so pretty much any three of these options are really good. If I was going to pick one of these three, I would probably go for the Turismo Classic. But for our new number 7 spot, we have the Sterling GT. Now I think in previous videos that I made on these HSW cars, the Sterling GT was all the way down in the number 5th spot, so now it has been pushed up to number 7, which is kind of crazy to even say. But even in this number 7 spot, it is not slow by any means. You can see that we have this top speed of 156.25 miles per hour, which is a considerable jump from the Banshee. The price is also quite similar to the Turismo Classic in some ways, with both prices just being under $1 million each. And another thing to mention about the Sterling GT is that you can put the off-road tires on this vehicle, and the reason you guys might want to do this is because of the handling features of this. Essentially, with these off-road tires, some vehicles in GTA Online will be able to handle the bumps on the road much easier. There is only a select few vehicles with this feature. I believe the Devesti 8 also has this, so if you guys get the Sterling GT, which is currently available in GTA Online at the time of this video, definitely put the off-road tires on it. And to quickly add, the Sterling GT also sounds incredible. As you can hear there from the gameplay, the Sterling GT is very unique. I personally love how it sounds. For the 6th spot, we have the Karin S95. This is another vehicle that has been pushed down in the list. I believe at some point in GTA Online, I think when the HSW vehicles were released, it came in at the 3rd or 4th spot. So it is kind of crazy to see this in the 6th spot now. And you can also see that the top speed is just a little bit faster than the Sterling GT at 156.5 miles per hour. The price price of the standard current S95 is just under $2 million, with a HSW upgrade cost of $525,000. I personally love how the current S95 looks. I also love the current vehicles themselves, but unfortunately with the current S95, this is where you guys will start to see the downsides to the HSW upgrades. The S95 will skid out a lot, and it can be quite annoying to control sometimes, so probably something to keep in mind, especially with that price. But for that top speed, I would probably say it is worth it. The same is true in terms of its handling with the number 5 spot, which is now the Evizcerate ZX. This Evizcerate ZX I am talking about here is the convertible version, so keep that in mind with the different prices. But even the original Evizcerate ZX has the exact same top speed at 158 miles per hour, which again is a considerable jump from our number 6 spot. It is worth mentioning that the Evizcerate ZX convertible does have a much steeper price tag than the other Evizcerate at $2.3 million with a HSW upgrade cost of $550,000. There is not really much else to say about the Evizcerates. Both of them handle the exact same, and I would actually say that the Evizcerates skid out a lot more than the S95. But one HSW car that really does not skid out as much, we have our number 4 spot, which is now the Niobe. The Niobe has a top speed of 159.5 miles per hour, a standard price of just under $2 million, and then the HSW cost of just under $2 million as well. The Niobe is definitely on the more expensive side, but if you have had the pleasure of driving the Niobe, you will probably know that it is very worth it. It has a ridiculous lap time. Obviously, we are talking about the top speed, but this will definitely be one of the main factors. You will be able to use the Niobe in the HSW time trials and complete them with ease. I think the Niobe is a great option. The only real downside to the Niobe is its price. Everything else with the Niobe is just great. You guys will have a bunch of fun using this. Onto the third spot now though, guys, we have the HSW Drag. For a long time in GTA Online, this was either the number 1 or number 2 spot, but over the course with the new GTA Online updates and different vehicles added to the game, the HSW Drag is now the 3rd fastest, and it is only the 3rd fastest if you guys lean forward when driving this. As you will see there, the top speed is 160 miles per hour if you lean forward, and then only 157.5 miles per hour if you do not lean forward. Now, for obvious reasons, I put this in the 3rd spot because I am pretty sure if you guys are getting the HSW Drag, you will be leaning forward no matter what, therefore always hitting this top speed. The Drag has a standard price of $976,000 with a HSW upgrade price of $1.5 million. Just like the Niobe, the HSW Drag is by far one of the easiest HSW upgradable vehicles to use. You will see in the gameplay just how easy it is to control, and in terms of the HSW time trials, I think this is the go-to vehicle. No other HSW vehicle really comes close, and having that top speed of 160 miles per hour, it is just incredible. I'm not sure about you guys, but I wish that Rockstar added some more HSW bikes. Imagine if Rockstar made the Batty 801 a HSW bike. I think that would be by far the fastest thing in the game. But now guys, we are down to the number 2 spot now, and this number 2 spot has a ridiculous top speed. This vehicle is of course the Italy GTO Stinger TT, and you will see there that the gap in top speed is just insane. It has a top speed of 168.5 miles per hour, a price of $2.3, nearly $2.4 million, and HSW cost of $1.4 million. Now, pretty similar to the other HSW cars, especially the Evizcerate, the Stinger TT really suffers from the HSW upgrades in its traction. It is extremely hard to control this, so it is probably not a good option for the HSW time trials. But all things considered, I think the top speed will make up for the bad traction. If you guys get on a long straight, you will really be able to take off. But once you guys hit this top speed, good luck slowing down because the brakes on the Stinger TT are really not that good. So if you do get this vehicle, just be prepared to crash a lot. And now for our new number 1 spot, we have the Banshee GTS. If you guys thought the Stinger TT's top speed was never going to be beaten, think again because the Banshee now has a top speed of 172.5 miles per hour. I did test these top 4 vehicles on a custom HSW test track, which essentially is just a straight race, and the Banshee GTS beats out the Stinger TT by at least 2 seconds. The GTS has a price of just under $2 million and a HSW price of just under $2 million as well. What really sets apart the GTS from the other HSW vehicles is that it does not feel like a HSW vehicle at all. If anything, I would say this is in between the Niobe and the Stinger TT. It really takes the Niobe's traction and the Stinger's top speed speed and puts them together in one vehicle, making this by far probably my favorite HSW vehicle so far. If you guys already have the GTS from this new update, with the HSW upgrades, you will already know how good this really is. Even the standard Banshee GTS, with none of the HSW upgrades, beats the Pariah's top speed of 136 miles per hour, coming in at a insane 138 miles per hour. So yeah, currently in GTA Online, these are now the fastest HSW cars. Things like the Devesti 8 and the weaponized Ignis were pushed out of the top 10, but that does not mean in no ways that they are bad. I would still say that they are really good options, and they can still clock ridiculous top speeds of upwards of 150 miles per hour, which in my opinion is more than enough. There was also another HSW vehicle with this new GTA Online update. This was called the ASP Firebolt. At this time, we do not have any HSW top speeds of that car, so we don't really know how it ranks in terms of the top 10, but if we find out that the ASP Firebolt is in the top 10, I will probably update this list. Technically, the ASP is not currently released, but if you guys have the expanded and enhanced edition for GTA with the next gen consoles, the ASP Firebolt can be unlocked through the career rewards. So yeah guys, that will do it for the new top 10 HSW vehicles. Just remember, most of these HSW vehicles could probably go a lot faster if you are driving through the city and hitting the different road bumps. I think some people have got up to 180 miles per hour and above, and I would actually say that any of these vehicles are a really good option. It really just depends what you prefer. But yeah guys, if you went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in some way, shape or form, make sure to leave a like. I always appreciate your support, and if you are new here, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.